Next item on the agenda is Mayor's Report. Council and community, I have a few items I wanted to discuss up front to the council meeting. I realized I've gotten emails from most of the council members, if not phone calls, many emails and phone calls from community members, many one-on-one meetings in the last few weeks, which has been an absolute fabulous journey. I would do it all over again if I had the opportunity. So with that, there was a few items I wanted to touch base on, knowing these are the items on the front foot of everybody's mind. I'm going to frame my discussion tonight, or the items I'm going to share, on the 2009 budget and looking ahead to 2010. First, I want to talk about the cost containment strategies. Cost containment strategies that we talked about at the last council meeting that are in place. We went through quite a few of those rounds last year in 2008, just getting prepared for 2009. In 2009, we have taken an incremental approach to implementing strategies already, and we already have started the next step, and that is a 5% reduction in all departments, which will equate to approximately $321,000. As I mentioned, this is an incremental approach. We are monitoring the expenditures and the revenues frequently, and we will adjust the budget as necessary as we get new and better information. We do have some good news. We have gotten information in on our property taxes, on the revenues here to the city. Those property taxes are good, and we are on track. And what that means to us is the foreclosures and the markets that are just really being hit in other jurisdictions. What this means to DuPont is that we are not being hit as large. And so we are tracking in that front. When we look at sales tax is still down. However, it's better down, if that makes sense. It was 25%. We're now at 18% in the decrease area. So it appears we are on the upside and heading in a good direction. However, we are making the cost containment adjustments as necessary in order to be able to provide a good level of service to our citizens in all of our departments. Second, I'd like to talk about the 2010 moving forward, the 2010 budget process and what that looks like. So early June, August time frame, our Finance Committee, which Councilmember Westman is a part of that Finance Committee, so thank you very much again, Councilmember Westman, will meet probably, it looks like, early June through August. The first City Council meeting to talk about the budget is scheduled in September. Council, please expect a draft of the 2010 budget process at the next council meeting, which is on May the 26th. You may receive something a little sooner in your email. However, we will have it available for distribution on May 26th, the draft schedule. Next is community outreach. And community outreach during this budget process is extremely important. As we look into 2010 and we look at all departments and all services that we're providing to the citizens, it's important for us to hear from the citizens what's important to you. What services do you see as the most important in this town, and what services are you willing to support? So with that, we will have our first survey available. Council, you have a draft in front of you, and we'll ask the city clerk to please enter it into the record. And it talks about defining level of services. And that's going to be our first round of 2 surveys. It's very simple. It's just a 2-pager just asking, what do you see as a level of service you would like to see in our fire department? It's in that packet titled Level of Services Survey, What's Next? So this will be on our website. It will be emailed to you, Council, in your email boxes by tomorrow, and we will have it on the web by a week from today, if not sooner, for our citizens to respond to as well. We'll have a second round of surveys, a more in-depth survey, as we're going into this 2010 budget process, a more in-depth survey for all departments, asking questions to the council and the community what you would like to see as the level of service. So we will be working with professionals to help us craft a very neutral, very fact-based survey to put out to our citizens. And Council, as far as engaging the Council in that discussion, I would like to propose to you, Council, that we meet at a special session on June the 2nd, which is a Tuesday. So I'd ask you to tentatively put that in your calendars. If you have conflicts with that day and time and we can't get a quorum, and it'd be nice if we could get a quorum, that you let the city clerk know, and we will go with a second date. So give us options if June 2nd doesn't work for you. So June 2nd is what we're looking for, is for a council workshop to talk specifically of the fire department models, community outreach, and going forward and moving forward together, because collaboration is extremely important in this process on how we move forward. And it's collaboration, not just here's all the information, it's collaborations on here's some information and here's some possible solutions. So June 2nd, we'll talk about moving forward in that arena. Fourth, I would like to mention the fire department. I've gotten lots of emails saying, now what? Are we going to dial 911? Is someone going to show up? What does our fire department look like? I would like to assure you 100%, you call 911, you will get the services you need in this town. We do have a contract with Lakewood to the end of 2009. We have that in our budget, and we have that in our expectation that we are still implementing. As far as what's next with our fire department and all city departments within the city, I've laid out a process of where we go from here as far as talking through, getting collaboration on what is next. So with that, Council, that's what I wanted to share in the mayor's report before we continue on in the agenda. Is there any question? Or any questions are there?